What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Dylan, the TechnoGiz guy, and today we are going to share the clipboard and text messages from Android, macOS, and Windows. Let's dive in. Okay, guys. So, if you've been watching the channel for some time, you know that I am slowly becoming an Apple user, but I also still have a Windows machine, and I still use an Android phone, and I will probably still use an Android phone forever because I don't like iOS for my phone. I just don't. I don't have enough time in 7 videos to explain why I don't like the operating system for my daily use phone. It's great on my iPad. I like macOS. I like Android as a phone. It's just better. Sorry, sue me. Please don't sue me. One thing that I grew very accustomed to using Android and Windows was sharing my clipboard back and forth and also getting text messages back and forth. I'm a really connected person, and in my day job, I have to stay connected all the time. So it's really nice to be able to leave my phone somewhere or in my pocket or whatever, focus on work, and my texts come through. I cannot tell you guys how many times I have copied a screenshot on my computer over to my phone, or just text or a link, since I do a lot of my browsing on my phone. And I write emails, or sometimes I'll come across a video or some kind of link that I need to send to somebody, but I want to text it to them and I'm on my laptop. All I got to do is copy it and the clipboard just shares across. Okay, I had to switch cameras a little bit because I realized that I cannot film a video on my phone if I'm filming a video on my phone. If you know, you know. Anyway, because it's easier, I'm going to set up the Windows side of this first. It's built natively into Android. Then we'll jump over to macOS and we'll go from there. Okay, so on Windows, we are going to, if you're running Windows 10 or 11, you should have this. Open up your Start menu, look up, it used to be called Your Phone, it's called Phone Link now. If you start looking up Your, it still shows up. The only thing in Microsoft Search that actually works right. Once you open that up for the first time, you're going to get presented with this. You can do this on an iPhone, but I don't know if it lets you transfer your clipboard. I can't test that because I don't have an iPhone. I'm going to select Android. So my phone is going to show up here because my phone is linked to my Microsoft account. But I'm going to add another device here. On your phone, you want to open the camera. Just scan the QR code. Should open up to the link to Windows. And normally you'll get like a couple questions. Since I've already done this before, it's just going to complete mine. But I am going to have to reassign the permissions, I believe. Once you do this, normally it will ask you the normal permissions thing in Android. It will ask, can I see your calls? Can I see your messages? Can I see your contacts? So since the app is opened now, it's going to sync its data in. This could take a minute. It's going to pull a lot of messages from me. Here they all come. Once you have it linked, then you can come over here to the settings because not all the features are turned on by default. We're going to go to Features, and I actually leave calls off because I do not like the way that the calls are handled on Windows. They really sucks because there's no way to get rid of the little window. So if I'm actually just taking a call on my phone and I close the little window, it ends the call. That's not a good design. I don't want it in my way. The other thing is you're going to want to turn on cross-device copy-paste. So if you're able to, you're going to want to turn that on, accept whatever permissions it might need on the phone, because quite frankly, the copy-paste between devices is the biggest reason I use this, more so than sending messages. I can text messages fine on my phone. If I'm going to text somebody, I'm just going to pull my phone out, either text it or voice text it quick. The biggest thing I use this for is cross-device copy-paste. Let's jump over to the Mac side. You're going to need, the only thing you need to make this work on a Mac is this program, Suno. I'm going to download this. We're going to open it. And just like installing most things on a Mac, you have this file. You drag it into your applications. We're going to come in here. I'm going to open it. I'm going to tell Apple that it's fine. I did download it to my own computer. It's going to give notifications. You may get an Apple warning. So I'm going to allow notifications because I want it to give me notifications. And then we're going to open up here and we're going to launch the preferences. So now this says this device is discoverable as Dylan's MacBook Air. The next step is on the phone. You want to open up your Play Store and look up KDE Connect. This app originally was designed to share your clipboard as well as other things across Android and Linux. Some lovely gentleman decided to port its standard over to Mac as well. So thank you to whoever that was. I'm going to open KDE Connect, and right on here, as long as you're on the same Wi-Fi network, you will see your device. So on my MacBook here, I can see my Galaxy S23, and on my phone, I can see my Mac. Once you see your devices, you're going to want to click on the phone on your computer, and then I'm going to accept that on my phone. So I'm going to go through and add these permissions. You need to give it, calling, texting, all that kind of stuff. You can give it as little or as much as you want. Since I use this and it's all open source software especially, and I'm already giving most of the information to Microsoft and Google, I'm just going to give them everything. Like I said, the KDE Connect software is open source software. You can probably trust it. So now that I've sold my soul and my firstborn son to KDE Connect and its developers, now everything will work. I have a note on my Windows machine. I have a note on my phone. I'm going to type out, copy that. And as soon as I hit Control V on my keyboard, it pastes right in. So the Windows side works great. I am going to close my remote desktop session. So you guys saw me close it. In fact, even here, down here, Microsoft Remote Desktop is gone. So you know that my clipboard is not sharing through Remote Desktop. So there is one caveat with KDE Connect compared to using the built-in Windows method. If it wasn't obvious, the link to phone, Windows, Microsoft method is built into Android. The KDE Connect is not. So I have this long string here on my phone that you guys can see. And you can see if I copy this and I paste it on my MacBook here, I do not get that long string. I only get the text. The reason for that is because there is some kind of thing, like a security thing in Android, that does not allow another app to grab your clipboard. Which doesn't make any sense to me because I can install a third-party keyboard and it can see my clipboard. So what you actually have to do is you have to open the KDE Connect app and manually click Send Clipboard. And now it works. Now, the infuriating part about this is if I type a new note out on here, so I type out my note here, and let me just on the phone at the same time. So you guys can see what's in my clipboard from my Google keyboard. As soon as I copy this, watch what happens. The downside to KDE Connect, and it's not a fault of the software as far as I can tell, as far as I've been able to research and find out, it is 100% a fault within Android. So Google, get your shit together. That's a little harsh. So Google, get your crap together and, get back to your roots, because Android was supposed to be the open one. If I want to give access to my clipboard, it should just be another permission setting or something. It's my phone. I will do with it as I please. While this isn't perfect, it's definitely a solid option, especially because most of the time when I'm copying text bidirectionally, most of the time I'm copying text or links from my computer and sending them on my phone. For me, this honestly works out great. Almost never am I transferring text from my phone to my computer. Even if somebody texts me something that I want to copy onto my computer, you guys can see down here in my taskbar, I have the Google Messages app installed on my MacBook. I can open that up and read all my text messages and send text messages. The other downside to KDE Connect is there's no cloud. So with the Microsoft solution, it runs through my Microsoft account. If you don't have a Microsoft account or you don't want one, that solution's not going to work for you. They force you to sign into an account to use that feature. KDE Connect does not have that. The problem, though, is they do want you to be on Wi-Fi. So if you're not on the same Wi-Fi, you will not be able to share clipboard and files. Okay, we're back to the main camera. So it works. It's a good solution. So guys, that's it. It's super easy. If you're on Windows, the setup is really easy. It's baked into Windows 10 and 11 unless you have gone in and removed it, because a lot of those bloatware removers will remove the phone link. I can see why, but also I don't understand how more people aren't using that feature, because especially with it being baked right into Android, it's awesome. Even on the Mac though, for my use case, since I'm always usually transferring my clipboard from my computer to my phone, the whole having to hit a button to send the clipboard doesn't really bother me. Maybe someday that'll change, but for now it seems like it's an Android problem, like I said, so maybe we need to start harassing Google to make some changes and allow us to do what we want with our phones. But at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you have an iPhone or an Android or a Windows machine or a Mac or a Linux box. It doesn't matter. They're all just rectangles that we've forced to think, and the companies are getting our money and data and they're harvesting us. They might as well just let us use our stuff together. One of the biggest things I hate about Apple is the fact that I constantly, as I'm migrating most of my workflow to Apple, I hate that I keep getting the feeling that I haven't bought enough Apple, right? Like my AirPods don't work well with my phone. They work fine enough, but there are things that don't work about my AirPods with my Android that should work. This was a real easy video, guys. It's something I use all the time. I don't send texts from my computer a whole bunch. Like I said, if I do, I have the Messages app. For me, the biggest thing by far is being able to transfer my clipboard and screenshots, because constantly at work, I will take a screenshot of something and then, send it to somebody in a text or shoot it to them in a quick Teams message on my phone because it's faster than doing it on my laptop. Just likewise, though, a lot of the times I will take a screenshot on my phone of something and I'll send it to somebody on my computer. So having that cross clipboard sync, or in the Mac case, at least the ability to sync the clipboard and pull and send files, it's absolutely a game changer. It's a productivity hack. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like what you see. And if you're really feeling frisky, you want to hit that bell icon, hit that bell, helps us out. I don't actually know if the bell helps us out. I think the only thing with the bell is like you get notifications. So if you want to know when I post, hit the bell. I don't know. YouTube probably has a metric for like, if you hit the bell, it's like 10 more points or whatever in your social credit score, whatever. I love you guys. You've been great. The support has been awesome. I say it in every video, but I mean it. You guys have been fantastic. You guys are killing it. I love the comments. I love the engagement. I love seeing you guys ask questions. Someone asked me a really good question the other day about how much power the AI server that we built a couple weeks back, video up here, how much power it pulls and how much it costs me. I answered that question for him in the comments. We always have a really fun, kick-ass time, and I love you guys. So stick around. See you in the next one. Keep it peaceful.